All right, we're going to give this a try, guys, and see how if we stay connected. So this is Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and we're going to do some art cards. Now, the art cards that I do for giveaways are 3x4. So they're not ATC size, which is 2.5 by 3.5. I make them just a little bit bigger, 3x4. They're more like the Project Life size cards, but I like them just to have a little bit more real estate to work on. So, yeah. So we're going to keep this here. This is my focus card to keep the light in focus. I just got some wax paper here, and we'll see if we can do maybe about, and we won't completely finish them in an hour and a half. Just saying. 11, 12, 30. We won't finish, 8 cards that quick, but we'll get them going, and you can see some of the process. It's the same process I always do. Everybody here has probably seen me do this 1,000 times, well, at least 100. And and so if you have not seen me do this before and you don't see me complete it, I'll try to post pictures when they're done. And also there's other recordings where I think if you just look under mixed media in the playlist, you'll see mixed media art cards or something like that. And I've done different stages. Some I've started, some I've completed, some they're in different stages. But I can't do them all in an hour and a half, start to finish. Hey, Uli. All right. So, bye, wee Hootie. Off to PT. All right, so let me go ahead and get started because Barb streams at 2, and I want to try to get these done. We'll work for about an hour and a half. Ustream allowing for no bumps or whatever. So what I do, these are just cardstock. This is only probably about 60 weight. I usually use 110 weight. It doesn't matter because by the time I've put on matte medium, glue everything down, paint, magazine images, paint the back, they're like almost like 3 times the thickness by the time I get done. So but any kind of cardstock is what I'll use, whatever I have handy. All right. And so what I first started to do now, if you miss part, well, I'm not naming it in parts today, but I did a show already with some Happy Mail from Blonde Woman Stamping, i.e. Blondie. And she sent me a whole stack of all kinds of magazine images, and so we already went through that during the other episode, during that Happy Mail showing. So, but I've got it right here, and I'm going to go through, and I'm going to pull different images and start building some stories here. Of course, everybody knows I love watches and the idea of time in my mixed media collage cards. And it's the same thing if I do mixed media art journal. It's all the same process. And so whether it's this small or if it's an art journal or on a poster, if y'all remember I did that poster, maybe if someone will remind me at the end of all this, I'll show you that poster that's probably, I don't even know how big it is, 22 by 16 by 22. It's all the same. I do the same process with all these little story cards, whether it's a card, a journal, or a poster. So I'm just going to pick out some images here. And if you tear your collage, it will blend better when you get to the blending stage with paint. It'll blend better if your images are torn rather than cut. Now, sometimes you have to fussy cut something out because you want something very specific. So, and this is magazine images that I'm using right here. It's thin, so it's not as much of an issue as if you're using, say, a thick book page, which I might have some here too, or a calendar where the paper is thicker. That's a little harder to blend those edges if you cut them. If it's torn, they'll blend better. So that's just another, and I say the same tips over and over every time I do one of these shows. So like here's something with some mountains. Maybe I'll just take a little bit of the mountain here, a little bit of a mountain peak, and I just kind of I just lay out collage images until I kind of get a story going. And it's in the details that individual little bits will come out. Like for instance on my mask. Let me show you that one because I have it handy. I did some same exact process, but I did them on some masks. So you can kind of see they're similar, but they're different. There's clouds, waters, stars, waterfalls, gardens, or in this case, this one. This one has a little mountain and a little cave and a little people right there walking up to that area. So they're all kind of similar in the sense of that's just like my style, but they're all different too. They have little different stories, but they're all made the same. The technique of how I make them is all the same. What was your formula for collage? Oh, the person, place, and thing. Yeah. If you want to tell a story with your collage, if you have a person, place, and thing, you have a story. Now, a person can be a butterfly. It can be, an actual person. Anything living, I call a person. So if you have a living person thing, something alive, a place, whether it's stars, mountains, caves, arches, and a thing. And I always usually at least have a watch as a thing. I usually have more than one thing to make a story. But if you have a person, place, and a thing, you've got the start of a story. Because some people go, well, I don't know what to do. Pick a person, place, and thing, and you'll have a start of a story. But then what I like to do is I will find bits. Now one of these little kayakers might be cool too. But this is the kind of things I look for. When I look in collage images, for collage bits, I might look for a little bit of a mount, especially depending on the size. These are tiny. So I kind of have to go with tinier things or as a background for something. Just this bit of rock right here is awesome. That could be so many things. And don't be afraid to turn your images all different ways. Okay, so the mountains are growing, or the rocks are that way, but I like it this way because I can see caves in there. So, that might go there under that little bit. I do kind of like that one little kayaker, so I think I'll tear him out. And I just lay out, 8 or 10 cards at a time. And he could be kayaking in the stars. Okay? You make your own stories up. Just because you tore him out of a lake doesn't mean you have to have a lake story. A little bit of these mountains here on a different collage bit, on a different card might be cool. So, because they're small. The little mountain range is small. Again, you can put it at the bottom. You can put it at the top. We might have this watch be a part of the landscape. If I want to tear down that a little bit more. So, something like that. And I'll blend in with paint. Maybe I want that there. I don't know yet. So I'm just picking through some of this magazine. That's just 2 pieces right there. And I've got, a third of the way done with these cards. All right, so let's see what else we can find here. I'm just going to, okay, here's some city bits. Now, you don't even necessarily have to use them as city bits. They can just be, they could be other things besides just a city. Turn it sideways, turn it upside down, paint over it. It can be a lot of things. Maybe inside this cave thing here, we'll do something like that. It's a little dark for that one, but I think I will use that for something. I'm not sure what. Maybe under the kayaker. He's kayaking in the sky over the city. I think I'll tear that into 2 bits. Like something, maybe one this way and one that way. See, all right, now look, I tore that city up. Now look, it looks like a robot. You'll see the robot? So now I've gone with the robot. All right, let's see. Let's go to another piece of paper. All right, here's a bit of a pagoda and some topiaries over here. I really like those topiaries. We'll tear those topiaries out. And don't be afraid to layer. turn things upside down. Maybe that topiary is right there on the top of that mountain like this. Maybe this watch bit is right down here. And I need to do something else or make it kind of offset. I don't like things too, too symmetrical. I like it a little bit off, So, you can turn the mountains upside down. It could be a reflection. Robbie the robot, yeah. All right, let's see. I don't think I'll use anything else on that sheet right now. Let's see what else we got here. This is cool. This is a little top of some Japanese little hill or something. That's really cool. A little bit of something at the top. But I'm really looking for textures too. I love using, okay, here's a good example. All right, so here's a mountain, but it doesn't have to be a mountain. You can use this for other things. Like, let's take this bit here where the sun's hitting the mountain, but we'll turn it upside down. Now it can be, that could be a river. Turn things all different ways. Don't, maybe that with this piece of watch on that. I'm liking that right there. Okay, so I need to get some people, or I don't want to say people, some bugs, some living something in some of them. I don't always put a person or something alive in every one, but I like to put something alive. Okay, some more bits of mountain. I don't need any more of that. What's on the back side of this? There's a little ship right there with some icebergs. That iceberg, that texture is cool. I think we'll go with that. With this, let's turn that this way. And that just looks like now a little bit of a pyramid. Just a little bit of a boat. I don't really want the boat. That's kind of cool. Let's see which way I like that. I mean, you can just, there's so many things you can do with just a little bit of, tiniest bit of magazine image. All right, so here's some more watch bits. Let's just go with some of that mechanical bit in there. And also, I don't worry about things hanging over the edge, because after I glue it all down with matte medium, then I'll trim it. Okay. So if you all have any questions, put them in caps. And just little bits like this on the inside of a watch. This makes good spaceships and planets and all kinds of things like that. Do I want that there? Could be up here. Maybe something like that. All right, let's see what else we got. This is some cool dragon statuary or something, but just little bits like this. Something just off the edge. Can just be something really cool. I don't know. I just, playing with bits right now. Hang on, let me tell the hubster I'm streaming. Hey, I'm streaming. Can I call you back? Yeah. Bye. Okay. Let's see. All kinds. There's some more mountains. Okay, let's see. So, here's some inner. All right, so these are cool things too. Little bits of windows, staircases, architecture. But look at it all different ways. Doesn't have to be the way you see it. Do you seal your mask? Yes, I did. I sealed them. I sealed them with the same varnish that I seal my cards with. So if y'all don't know, let me put this back here. I bumped it. I use this Delta Ceram Coat Indoor or Gloss Exterior Interior Varnish. And it's usually about $10, $11 a bottle, but it lasts a long time. Use a 50% off 50% coupon. You can get it for $5, but it lasts a long time. I only put a little, about the size of a nickel on each one of these to coat them. And the mask, is to cover the mask. And same thing, I used it to cover the pumpkin. Um, yeah. Delta Ceram Coat Gloss Exterior Interior Varnish. You can get it at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. No, I don't know what magazines because it's my Happy Mail I got from Blondie. Some of them I recognize as Nat Geo. But yeah, Blonde Woman Stamping sent me a bunch of stack of magazines, and so that's what I'm pulling from today. It's the first time I've really looked at them closely. So yeah, I can't tell you. I mean, I can tell you that some look like Nat Geo, but I don't know. I don't know. But I like those little windows. So I'm going to put those little windows maybe under this arch. It's part of that, I think. I think we're going to go with that. But do I want this sideways? Let's see. No, I think I liked it like I had it. Just bits of architecture and stuff like this. It's just, it makes a good grief. Who's here? It's just the lawn guy. He's just letting me know he's here. So, okay, let me look at this one again. So these little bits of arches and window, this little bit right here. I'll go with that. Turn it upside down though. We'll go with that. You're welcome, Trina. And hi, by the way. Okay, so this kind of, see all this bit of just design? This little bit right here. I'm going to try to crack a lack. So I think I'm going to go with this. With that, because I've only got 8 here. I want that. I think I'll put that right there. I need to find some, I guess maybe I have butterflies on my mind because that's what a lot of butterfly stuff was in the Happy Mail. So I might get me out some butterflies or something. I like that too. I think I'll swap this out. Go with that. No, I think I do want that little bit of red on top. I'm liking these little bits of gold. I like the tree there. I think I'll swap out this little bit with that because it looks kind of the right thing. Put that on top. What else? All right, now I need to get out some butterflies or something, some bugs, butterfly, birds, something alive. People, it could be little people, like the little guy on the kayak or something. Oh, I like this bit of watch. Let's go with this bit of watch. I like Roman numerals. I like Roman numerals. I think we're going to go with this. Like that better than this. Oh, I like that one. I think we'll go with that. Just going from thing to thing. Part of that mountain. It's like a little puzzle. It's fun to me. Putting these little cards together. I'll hold them up better to the camera here in a second, guys. I can try to zoom. I'm actually liking that better. Take that one away. I'll try to zoom in a minute. Let me just get them kind of laid out. I got tons of new stuff to work with. Something fresh that I just haven't looked at before. But look at this aerial view of the farmland. Look at all those patterns and things. All that's awesome collage stuff. I didn't get to the this, Carrie. We'll have to do a image transfer with. I'll put that aside. All right, let's see. A little bit of gate. Okay, I like this red fabric. Almost looks like a rose. I think I'll use some of that down here on the river. Up here with this watch. Let me check this one. All right. Those little green leaves, those are cool. Need a bit more red or something right in here. I'm just talking it out, talking out loud, guys. I think I want that right there. Need something else here, maybe that. Okay. All right, now let me quickly look for, go in my bugs and butterfly stash. Let me move all this off. So that didn't take too much, time there. Animals, I got animals. Maybe some animals and some birds and bugs. Let me look in my animal drawer. Y'all still following along with me, guys? Or still here? Okay, I like this little camel face. That's cute. Maybe we'll put a little camel. It's a little big for these cards. It's a little big for these tiny cards, but maybe a little camel. Let's go with a camel with a what like that. I like that right there. We'll go with that. And then that just something down there on the bottom. Something like that. Okay, let's see what other animals. It's a bit of a zebra. Tiny little zebra. He's tiny. A little bit of a zebra. I got my tree here. Could probably put him. I don't know. I like that watch. I like that. Do I like this better? Maybe I like the zebra better. In that case. But I really like the Asian little thing because of that tree. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe with him. No. Maybe over here. No, I can't find a home for the zebra. It's probably the color. It's the color that's throwing me off. Let's see. It's digging all through. Here's a little cat. See, I cut all kinds of things like this out and save it. I think I'll just have part of him. There. I've got some fish. Got a little bit of everything. There's a little elephants, some little elephants. See if we can find a home for him. And we got to start gluing because I won't have time to paint if I don't get to gluing. All right, so a little elephant. I'm going to put him over here. Move this down a little. I probably don't need this much red. I may not need much any red, really. Something like that. All right, I'll just start gluing. If I feel like I need something else, I'll pull. All right, let me hold this up. Well, no, let's not hold that up. I'll do one at a time. Okay. All right, so. Oh, did you lose power again, Carrie? Good grief. Or are you just talking about that power's back from yet other day? I hope that's what you mean. All right, so I put my matte medium. I use golden matte medium. Sunset Carol's idea to put it in a dishwasher bottle. And as long as you kind of keep it fairly clean, you can just squeeze out how much you need. Yay, Carol. And then I have a glue brush. These are my crusty bitted brushes that I just use just for gluing matte medium, and they stay in water all the time. They have their own little water coffee jar thing, and they're the only brushes that I keep in water all the time, and so that they don't crust over, get hard, because they're just for glue. All right, so I'm just going to start, and what I usually do is I usually have extras sitting here. Oh, there's one. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just take one, and I'll just get it nice and glued up. And then what I do is I'll take the backs, turn it over, and I get the back as well to collage down. And then I also collage over the top. So it's like three glues, three things I glue. Okay, and I'm gonna have to make some room here. Gotta have some space to set my card down on the wax paper. Okay. All right, let me try to zoom in a couple here now that we're getting some detail. Let me refocus. Hang on, guys. The focus. Good grief. I can't reach over. I'm trying to get the light just right before I hit the... Okay. Hopefully, no, that's not focused. Hang on, guys. When I zoom, it's a pain to try to get it back into focus again. Hang on. Hopefully that'll be good enough. All right, so we can kind of zoom in a little. All right, so again, I just matte medium over the whole card, and then I matte medium on the back, and then over the top. Back, and over the top. And I get all the bits on there. And once they're all on there, then I'll just take a card. This one needs to be cleaned off, or I need to get a different one. Hang on. All right, let me find a clean card here. All right, well, I can't find one, so I guess I'll use that one. And then just smooth it all down. like that. And then I'll set that aside to dry. And then, well, I'll hit it with the heat gun when I'm done with all 8 of them. And then that's when I'll go in now and then paint in there some more storyline. Okay. All right. So if y'all have any questions, just put them in caps. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep working here. Just keep gluing down. Do I want this like this, I think? Then I'll take a look at each one and see if it needs something. But oops, careful not to move it. That's why you want a clean card, not a crusty bit one. Let me test in chat and make sure it's not froze up. Okay. So anyway, if y'all, everybody here has probably got one of these art cards. So, but that's what I do with them is when I get new people visiting, I try to send them out a little something, and this is a little something. I'll show you each one here in a minute. Let me get them all glued down. Turn that one on sideways. And again, it doesn't matter if they go over the edge. I'll trim all that off here in a minute. One more matte medium out. Okay, hey Mac. Is Jean napping again? I want him right there, I think. Okay. Okay, 2 more. Put the cat right there. Last one. So I don't want that. I think I want it like that. Right there. Okay. And it does matter if you get the matte medium on all of, both sides of everything. All right, let me move all the, fold this over rather. No, I'll just move it out of the way. All right, let me get a baby wipe to clean my hands off. Get a focus again. And I'll try to get some detail going here as soon as I dry these cards. Let me put my brush back in the water. Well, thanks everybody for being here, hanging out. All right, let me get my heat gun and dry these real quick, and then I'll trim them and we'll start painting. They don't have to be perfectly dry before I start the paint.